Hey everybody, Stephen Ho here with the Mister Sauga real estate team at Better Homes and Gardens, and today this is your April market update. Now before I get into the numbers, I want to preface this video because the numbers are going to be a little bit skewed. Typically when these stats and numbers come out, it's all about perspective, and usually they will compare year over year numbers. Now, if we can recall, maybe we blacked it out of our memory of April 2020 when we were all in lockdown. This was the full month of lockdown and everyone were to stay home. And whoever had to buy or sell were able to buy and sell. We were deemed an essential service because people who have sold their house needed to buy something. Or if they bought something and they needed to sell something. Those were the activities that we had during that time. So comparing this year with how the market is to last year is kind of unfair. But here are some of the numbers because you're going to see it on the news and you're going to be thinking that the market has blown up. Because sales are up 362% over last year. 362%. New listings are up 237% and price is up 33%. But again, what we like to do is take a look at how the market is currently moving. And that's the months of inventory. What's the current consumption rate of how the market's going? So this month we're at 1.52 months of inventory. And if you compare that to March, which was 0.66 months of inventory, it's slowed down quite a bit relative to March. February was at 0.72 and January was 1.06. So you can see that April is technically the slowest month out of all of these first 4 months of the year. Because if we're looking at month to month, April's sales actually declined from March of 2021. It's actually down 12.7% from March. Now, if you compare it to the 10-year average, because obviously of all Aprils, you want to see how we are doing relative to like a 10-year average or the historical pace. Like how are we actually doing? April of 2021, we're still up 36.6% above that 10-year average from April 2010 to 2019. And comparing to March, new listings are actually also down 8.4%. Now with sales down from March and new listings down from March, is this affecting the price? The average price of a home in the GTA is $1,090,000. Now, if you compare this to March, this is actually relatively flat. So we're seeing a little bit slowing down of activity, but price is relatively remaining flat. So let's take a look at the numbers for Mississauga. Months of inventory is at 1.48 months of inventory, and the average price is $1,024,000. Now the detached homes in Mississauga, months of inventory is at 1.49 and the average price is just over 1.5 million. Semis on the other hand are at 1.46 and the average price is just under a million, around 970,000. Townhomes at 1.81 months of inventory and the average price is around 930,000. Condos in Mississauga is around 1.4 months of inventory and the average price is around 575. Ultimately, the numbers can be a little bit confusing and it's a little bit overwhelming because at the end of the day, what does this mean for you? Now looking at the condo market, the months of inventory is the fastest of all the segments. So there's a lot of activity happening in the condos relative to the other segments. The condo market is pretty much trying to get back right now. So if you're thinking of getting in the market into a condo, this is probably the best time to get in before it continues to skyrocket later on. Now, it's also kind of confusing when we're seeing, oh, homes sold over asking, sold over list price. On average right now, homes are selling at 106% of asking price. This is to generate multiple offers and bidding wars to drive the price up. And yes, the prices are up from before, and they are selling at 106% of asking price. But we're looking at our listings at Mister Sauga Real Estate Team, and we're selling our listings at 113% of asking price. And sure, we may be underpricing a little bit. We are trying to keep up with how the market is doing things. But at the end of the day, how are we still generating over 7% more than the average home in the market? Now, even in a hot market, why do agents generate different results? Now, if you're thinking of selling your home this year, give us a shout. We'd love to share with you what it is that we do that generates these results. And until then, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.